On a cloudy, stormy day in the dark jungle, there's a single bungalow that reigns at the top of the mountain. Inside the house, two old witches, standing anxiously at the bedside of a pregnant woman. The third witch stood outside the window watching, because in the distance there is an evil force. The evil is on their side. The pregnant woman is also a witch. What she's carrying is the Lord's son, the darkness of arrogance. He's going crazy. Fly towards this house, with the intention of taking back his wife and son. The eldest sister began to recite the mantra. Right after that, a green magic barrier built around the wooden house. From the Dark Lord also radiates red magic. It's a symbol of his impatience and anger. He's a better man than anyone. The child that his wife carries, it will make you heal a little. Much data. After a scream tore the heart of the pregnant woman. The baby was born, but she had no life. The Dark Lord in the forest. They also seem to feel the go of the one you love. Your anger is burning. Power shot towards the house. Wouldn't be a witch sisters immediately recite the counterattack spell. Stop the attack from the Dark Lord. Three sisters from old to beautiful, because they had just infused the power into her sister to save your life. But she didn't make it. So the power goes back to the big three. The Dark Lord wants his son back. The three witch sisters. They want to give the child the freedom to grow up. When he grows up, he chooses. One is to become a witch. The second is to become the Lord of the Night. Through hundreds of years later, the child is now over 100 years old. But you still have form of a 25-year-old boy. Young people praise. I want you to grow up to be my Lord. My three aunts want me to be the supreme witch, dominate the forest, and at the end of the day, society becomes a rocket catcher. The old days were so old that the villagers saw living from one life to another. Their great-grandparents died and you're still alive. They're not surprised. I even worship you as a beer lover. A nickname for the messenger. Vampires are righteous. Whenever someone dies in the village, people will spend a lot of money. Invite pigs to the cemetery. Let me help the soul of the dead escape. Or make the dead uninfected with power. The darkness becomes the evil vampire. Helen doesn't really know who she is. You have no special power. But find yourself living like a leech. You can rely on this to make a lot of money. So what do you mind not being a rocket island? Plus, there's no such thing as dead people. He will turn into a vampire. So every time Helen finished her service, I see the dead lying still. People trust Helen more and more. Helen has a little assistant, always walking next to me. Increase your credibility. And of course, the assistant knew Helen. It's just a long-lived missile. The money will be split. Until that day, there's a group of soldiers led by the evil Boot. They were ordered to recapture the town in a flash. Was swept over by the enemy. Coincidentally, this town is next to the village of Helen. Butchie AC. Recognize the bot? Inside the town, they're all dead, crying like they've been sucked dry. Like a church. It's also a place where light can't shine. We can conclude death. People's not guns, the enemy's bullets. Suddenly, outside the door appeared an old man. He was also the only survivor in the village. The old man embraced the evil Bucci. They say the villagers did not die in the war. It's because vampires sucked their blood dry. A soldier suddenly opened fire on the old man. Because you think you're a slug. Butchie is very angry about this. But he's an evil Bucci. Through many wars, you obviously don't believe vampires exist. For the people of the village are dead, and the enemy also withdrew a long time ago. Please contact the general department to request your team to withdraw. The your team must stay until reinforcements arrive. I don't believe vampires exist. But having to stay puts the whole team at risk. Confusing. Because this place smells so bad, there were two guards that night outside the outpost in the distance. Suddenly, the shadow of a girl appeared. Carefully approached them. In a voice pleading for help, extremely weak. One of the soldiers was very excited. That moves forward. The girl was reserved. Now reveals a dangerous smile. Her claws also grew long. You can usually see it. A scream tied the ear. Get the attention of the whole team. People carry weapons, ready, in a state of action. At first, they thought they were being attacked by the enemy. But when we meet, we see what enemy is faster than a horse, and then it's like a frog snatching out of the corner, ready to tear apart any soldier who comes near it. Guns can't hurt them. Their power is several times stronger. Who have been trained through battle. The mysterious girl seems to be just the one on the job. Soldiers out to let the horde be below. When everything is peaceful again, everybody pulls the body. The ill-fitted comrade returned. Prince discovered his body, just like the people in the village. The blonde soldier couldn't pretend anymore. He was forced to assert the terrible thing that just happened was blood-sucking vampires cause coincidence. The blonde soldier was Helen's neighbor. He believes Helen can help their team. So early the next morning, Helen was helping the girl die. The child does not become a vampire, and some other soldiers stormed out. I didn't say no to taking Helen away. The assistant doesn't understand anything, but also asked them to follow me. So the two grandkids with blonde hair went to the market, the town where the Bujiak army was stationed. Helen was brought to the front of the Bujiak. Look at your form. Bujiak immediately realized you're just a rocket digger. But the miracle of your life is still. Bujiak had to sit down and talk. After hearing everything that's happened to the town, and with the soldiers of Bujiak, Helen laughed. Because you think there are no vampires. The evil Butchie, who was considered a joke by Helen, was extremely angry. Pull me out into the face on a pile of dead bodies. It's not a vampire's blood. Helen was forced to lie on a pile of bodies in a panic. Didn't give you a choice. Wrong. Blonde threw me a body gun. Let me experience the ghost for myself. Are vampires real or not? And you help? Buciak was forced to stay in the barracks. Work with your team to stay safe. That night, Helen was bored walking around outside. You're attracted to the church, and you walk right inside. In this dark, the air is heavy. Again, the mysterious girl who appeared yesterday to charm Helen. But I'm awake. Beautiful girls can only be ghost girls. She was a vampire, but her hand pushed Helen away. Because she can feel it. The blood is running through your body. It's terrifying. She asked Helen who she was. But I was afraid to pull my pants away. But outside the funeral, hungry vampires have been waiting for you. 2 shots fired at them, but they weren't hurt. It's only now that I believe vampires really exist. But what's unexpected is that when they scratch, your blood causes their hands to decompose. Heavy 2 times, realize your strengths. Your power is unleashed. It's like using blood to make the vampire's body decompose. It also scared the girl. The rest of the vampires find it hard to eat. We should target Buciak soldiers. In the house, people are fighting back, but guns can't do anything about them. Outside, through her eyes, another Dark Lord has seen it all. He found Helen too difficult to play. He ordered his children to withdraw. The girl had to stay and investigate Helen. Who is it? The girl, though afraid, he did not dare to disobey his master's orders. The next morning, when the sun comes out, the body of the vampire was burned. The assistant hugged Helen because he was alive. The soldiers were also amazed. When Helen was able to kill a vampire, Buciak wants to know who Helen is. But to the whole, Helen doesn't even know her true identity. Buciak turned to the soldiers. Let them come with us into the church, to see who the girl hiding inside is, to walk inside the soldiers out of fear. He pointed the gun back at his bush. They want to dig 5. I don't want to fight vampires anymore. Buciak did not expect people who follow me. For a long time, they were cowards. If you want to dig 5, do your own thing. Stay inside. The assistant also advised Helen to leave. But you're like Buciak. Everyone wants to know who that girl is. The soldiers followed the assistant. Let's leave this dead village. Inside, the church is sealed. Just Helen and Buciak. This time, the Kia girl showed up. She introduced herself as Tesla, is a human being turned into a ghost by the Dark Lord. You must serve under him, as a slave. I touched Helen's blood yesterday. You knew you brought it. The blood of another Dark Lord. Tesla was kind enough to let Helen know. A mountain doesn't see 2 Dark Lords coexisting. So your master, knowing your presence, he'll do anything to get rid of you. On the other side, the soldiers' convoy, as it passed through the forest, lost in a place full of fog. They're starting to feel something strange. One of them started vomiting, and then he bled to death, on the spot. The rest of the soldiers turned their eyes away, where the Dark Lord appeared. Now, they don't even know. What am I facing? One waving of his hand killed 4 people. People started running around. Inside the church, Tesla and Helen can all hear the desperate screams, the tragic cry for help of fellow human beings. Helen felt the assistant. I have to sell my life. Sold dead even. I can still see. The Dark Lord has taken your assistant away. Helen lived for hundreds of years. Only now have a companion. It's the assistant. So you want Tesla? Take me to the Dark Lord to save you. Buciak doesn't trust Tesla very much. But when you ask, I go with you. Tesla, a pedal shatters the sealed door. She covered herself so she wouldn't be scorched by the sun. After gathering enough weapons, 3 people in a Bugatti military car to move west. At night, at a stop, Tesla returns to her dark world. Helen and Bugatti were alone. Now the evil Bucci suddenly wants to talk. The reason you became a man, arbitrary as it is now, it's because in the past you've been soft. My wife was murdered. Bucci has always been hostile to Tesla. You're an evil vampire. You're a wicked soldier. Twice reluctantly to become a mediator. The castle of the Dark Lord. A captured soldier is now awake. His hands and feet were bound by iron chains, but only with a look of the Dark Lord. He was thrown away. I don't know when my life will end. But I like the smell of fear coming from you. The past and the future are meaningless to us. What we need is to quench our thirst, and you will join my army. He dripped his blood into the soldier's mouth. Soon enough, the soldier turned into a vampire. Back to Helen and Bucci. They stand on high. I look at the hell ahead of me. Buciak heart exclaims, I don't know if I can go back. Helen remembered the use of her blood. That night, you cut yourself. You put small plasma in the bullets. Vampires are not afraid of bullets, but they're sensitive to Helen's plasma. Tesla wanted a gun like that. But Bugatti wouldn't give it to you. From the beginning of our partnership until now, Bugatti has always been hostile to Tesla. It makes you very hot. You are a woman. But despite the power of a ghost, vampires are still a lot stronger than a Bugatti. It's Helen again. 2 adults have to speak up, but it's childish. Let go of each other. Give it to Tesla twice. Your plasma stick knife, to enter the lair of the Dark Lord. You can rely on this knife to defend yourself. The Dark Lord's place is a town. The chaos of poverty, being bombed and injured by the enemy. Death happens like a meal. The evil Tesla and Gucci seem to be all too familiar with this scene. When all 3 of them entered the tunnel that led to the old library, Tesla told everyone to stop, because you can feel the dogs. The hunt for the Dark Lord is coming. After a while, the soldiers were transformed. Simultaneous appearance. Their ammunition killed Helen and Bucci, even though Sao used to be old teammates. So when you make the decision to shoot them, Buciak had a lot of determination. Helen's plasma-laced bullet, it's certainly a great use. Which vampire eats a piece of candy? This particular species is on fire. But the blonde was, he threw the gun in his hand. Helen raw shot. He forced me into a duel with him. While the two men fight on the podium, Tesla only knows how to hide on one side. It's not that you don't want to help. It's because of the present. You are the Lord of the Night. Twice thrown away. This caused the wound in the palm of his hand to bleed. You immediately take advantage of this. Oppress the blonde makes him evaporate with her. Buciak also dropped the gun. One shot at a teammate. My best friend, but now it's turned into a monster. Two human men have taken down an army of ghosts. Vampire variation. But this time, Tesla, with those black eyes coming out and pointing a gun at Helen, being controlled by the Dark Lord. Helen knew this, so cheered Tesla on. Stand up against Lord of the Night. Lord, the darkness can control you because you allow it. He goes into your mind. Tesla, for a long time, was a slave. Now I dare not stand up. She shot Helen once and walked away scared. Buciak was with Helen that night. Take care of your wounds. Buciak asked Helen, do you want to continue this war? You're both lonely people with no family. So this war, they keep fighting to find the meaning of life. Tesla, on the other hand, really wants to protest. There's just no chance. That night, the children of the Dark Lord are out hunting. They're targeting a lost girl. They're about to eat you alive. Tesla appeared oblique, one by one. This is the first step in against her Dark Lord. This act immediately summons the Dark Lord. He's excited to smell fear. It comes from Tesla. Tesla holds Helen's plasma knife in his hand. He rushed towards his owner. But you forgot he's not a vampire. It's a Dark Lord like Helen. The failed Tesla 7 must once again submit to the Dark Lord. Back to Helen. Your wounds have healed quickly. This ability to heal itself has never been before. This shows that your body is slowly being metabolized. Helen and Bucci ready to enter the old library. Each of you is going in one direction. Hunt for the Dark Lord. But even though this is a tiger cave, the rules are given by the Dark Lord. He blows on the head of the evil Your daughter's immature voice, make my heart break again. The illusion of the daughter that appears causes the evil spark until you open your eyes again. I found myself tied up in the same place as Tessa. A puppet of the Dark Lord appears. He opened fire on Tesla's wound, causing her pain. Buciak likes to drive Tesla crazy. Now I see you being tortured. I'm so angry, I'm frantically struggling. This puppet is also a soldier under Buciak. He has no talent but is passionate about being a general. So before that, he hates to obey orders. Buciak Tesla noticed the vertical line on the high. You've thought of a way. Buciak seems to understand what you mean. You deliberately pissed the puppet off. Tesla jumps up. Just as the puppet swung, the hand cut off the chain next to the Buciak. When you're out of bondage, the first thing Tesla did was chain the puppet. This lie again. I just started a fire on this woman. The puppet was quickly consumed by the fire of the Buciak. In this, Buciak and Tesla seem to have made peace. I see your strength is exhausted. He even volunteered to let her suck his blood. Back to Helen. I'm gone forever. We finally reached the throne of the Dark Lord. He's been waiting for you for a long time. You are bleeding the blood of your father. The enemy lives with him. In the world of the Dark Lord, Helen is still a child, have not gone through puberty. So your power can't fight the Lord. The night is as old as he is. He even revealed it to me. Several hundred years ago, your father fell in love with a foreign witch. He was expelled from the Dark Lord. I can't believe your father still left you. The trouble is, you're in his world. He didn't kill me twice right away. You have to make your own decisions. It's a very difficult decision. When I have to deal with my assistant, the assistant has been transformed into a vampire. Your soul. He became a slave to the Dark Lord. Listen to his words. If Helen doesn't fight, the boy is ready to hurt you. So, the only thing I can do to help him right now, to help you get released soon. Helen finally came down. Take your friend to the end. I lost my little assistant. This excruciating pain made Helen dizzy. Fall to the ground. Buciak and Tesla appeared. However, their presence only makes the Dark Lord more angry. You two haven't had time to fight yet. The Lord's power easily sealed the two. Attached to the wall, and Helen, you're clinically dead. Your subconscious is led to the edge. The world of choice. 3, which ants have been waiting for you. But you ignore them. Turn your head to the land of your father. Really? Your father wasn't defeated by the Dark Lord Kia. It's because you don't want to interfere in your life. Helen should have left. He believed that when the time was right, Helen will come back here looking for you to choose. I do not live up to your expectations. Helen chose to be the Dark Lord. So the father, give me the power I deserve to inherit. Helen was resurrected in the real world. The subconscious you just went through is the stage of a Dark Lord. This revival, Helen has officially become a Dark Lord, but especially in people. You also carry the power of the ultimate witches, so even as a young Dark Lord. But Helen's power was overwhelming. The old Lord of Darkness, he seems to feel it too. This tremendous flow of power, but not willing to lose. He used all his strength to fight Helen, but in the end, he's still evaporated by Helen's show into a dry skeleton. The Lord of the Night. After solving the cave, this is the place where the butcher's syrup is falling. The Helen brothers, Buciak and Tesla, they had security and a free life. Look at the history book. of the Dark Lord, or times recognized. There are many Dark Lords like your father. So, from now on, the third coalition to destroy the devil in the world is officially established. A human being, a vampire, and a half-witch lord. It promises to be a destruction for the Dark Lords, greedy and extravagant. Today's movie is over. If you like it, give us a like. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel to see the reviews. It's our next one. Hello, and see you guys later.